Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Here at Mad About Skin, we're passionate about helping you to get the most out of your skincare. So if you haven't already, now's a fantastic time to click that link below, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and you won't miss out on any of our amazing future content. Now, in today's video, we're going to be doing another battle of the skincare brands. You guys have gone mad for this series, where we pit two well-known skincare brands against one another. We look at the brands themselves, but also the products that sit beneath them, and we go step by step in your skincare routine and work out, ultimately, which is the better brand and which one deserves a better place in your skincare routine. I've done quite a few of these before and you guys have loved them, so if you've missed any of them, check them out. I'll link the playlist up there, so check out the playlist and look at some of the other ones that we've done. We've covered The Ordinary, the Inkey List, we've done Paula's Choice, and today it's the turn of Drunk Elephant, which is a brand I did a full skincare review on the other day, so I will leave a link of it up there if you want to know a little bit more about this particular brand, versus Naturium, which is the new skincare line by Susan Yara. Again, I have gone into a little bit more detail on that specific brand up there, so I'll leave a link if you do want to check either of those out. Now, the reason I'm doing this matchup is because A, I want to include Drunk Elephant in something because I think there's some really good products there to compare against, but also because you guys, when I did a Naturium versus The Ordinary battle. I won't give any spoilers out as to who won in case you want to check that video out. When I did that battle, quite a few people said it's really not a fair matchup because anyone that's ever watched this channel before knows I love The Ordinary, possibly my all-time favourite skincare line, and that it wasn't really a fair matchup. Okay, I hear you. And so I'm pitting Naturium against another brand which I don't reach for day to day. So Drunk Elephant, I've tried. They've certainly got some really good products, but it's not a skincare line I reach for every single day. And the same goes for Naturium. So these are two brands which exist, but aren't my cult core favourites. So I think from this perspective, it's a little bit more of a fair matchup. Now, in terms of price, just before we get into everything, but in terms of price, Drunk Elephant are on the pricier side. I'd say they're bougie, they're department store, they're higher end. Their prices range from $40 through to $120. So it's a reasonably high spread of cost, but they are on the higher side, I would say. Naturium range from $20 through to $35. So they're not down and dirty drugstore like The Ordinary or the Inkey List, but they are definitely, I'd say, mid-range, mid-price, certainly not as expensive as Drunk Elephant. Now, we will be taking price into account and comparing it against effectiveness and things like that as we go along, so that will be taken account of when we're doing this battle. Also, we'll just shout out both companies are cruelty free, which is absolutely fantastic, so I'm not going to mention that as we go along the video, just take that as read. All these products are cruelty free, and I think that's fantastic because in 2020 we don't need to be testing on animals, and I really like it when newer companies are listening to what consumers want and coming up with cruelty free testing options so they can have cruelty free products, which is an absolute fantastic start. So enough waffle, let's get straight into it. If you like this video, though, don't forget to give it a thumbs up because that really does help our channel. Now, we're going to start where any good skincare routine needs to start, and that's with the cleansing step. So with Drunk Elephant, you get two options, which is the Makeup Melting Butter Cleanser, but you also get the Bestie No. 9 Jelly Cleanser. You got two options here. With Naturium, you've got the Mixed Greens Nutrient Rich Cleanser. I'm actually going to be comparing the Jelly Cleanser by Drunk Elephant to the Naturium Nutrient Rich Cleanser because I think they offer a better comparison. They're more like for like, so I think it's easier to compare the two. Having tried both, I prefer the texture of the Drunk Elephant. I think Drunk Elephant, both are really good cleansers. I think both of them will get off mid to, well, let's just say moderate amounts of makeup. Neither of these are heavy duty cleansers. Again, you need a real balm cleanser, I think, to break down that heavy makeup. If you're wearing a full drag look, you need to really take that off with a balm cleanser. So these will get rid of light coverage foundations. They will get rid of any SPF that you're wearing, any pollution, any debris. So they're both good and effective cleansers. The Jelly Cleanser has a beautiful texture. It does what it says on the tin. It goes on as a jelly, massage it into the skin. It feels heavenly, and you wash it off with very little dryness, which I like. The things I look for in a cleanser is that they wash off without a trace, because I want my next steps to be going straight onto my skin, not having to fight through a barrier of old cleanser before they get onto the skin. And also that it has a nice texture that you can work with. The Jelly Cleanser, beautiful texture, washes off without a trace, and it doesn't leave you dry at all, which I love. For Naturium, with the Nutrient Rich Cleanser, it says it's packed full of antioxidants, which I think is a nice addition, but I'm a little bit dubious as to how effective they can be because you're putting them on and then you're washing it down the sink. So I'm not sure how effective these antioxidants are going to be because you're washing them off. They're on the skin for maybe 30 seconds tops. So I'm not sold on that particular technology, but the texture's lovely. It washes off with very little. I'd say there's a faint trace of product still there, but it's certainly not unpleasant and it doesn't feel like you're wearing a mask. And equally, it's not drying. It's equally as hydrating as the jelly cleanser. Overall, I'm going to give this one to, by the narrowest of margins, and I mean the narrowest of margins, I'm going to give this to Drunk Elephant, just because it does wash off without a single trace, whereas the Naturium leaves a slight trace on the skin. And for me, I think it's important that your skin is fresh and almost in its rawest state, purest state, so that you can then use the rest of your skincare on top of that. I certainly think you'd be doing, it's a good cleansing option with the Naturium. I just think Drunk Elephant pipped them to the post. The Drunk Elephant, just for comparison, is $30 versus $20 for the nutrient-rich cleanser. Ultimately, I don't think you need either of these because I think you shouldn't be paying more than $10 for a cleanser. You could get the Oat Cleansing Balm by the Inkey List, which disappears without a trace, gorgeous texture, and is absolutely fantastic. It is sold out almost everywhere, so if you can't get that, the Square Lane Cleanser by The Ordinary is equally as good. Paula's Choice do some fantastic cleansers. There's others out there. I don't think either of these are absolutely fantastic products, but if you wanted to choose between the two, I think the Bestie Jelly Cleanser by Drunk Elephant is just that little bit better than the Naturium Mixed Greens Cleanser. So it's 1-0 to Drunk Elephant. And now we're going to move on to exfoliation, which is another crucial step in anyone's skincare routine. It sort of takes away that dead skin cells, give you that gorgeous glowing skin. It can help with fine lines and wrinkles and discoloration. Everybody needs an exfoliator in their life. Unfortunately, Naturium do not have a standalone exfoliator. A little bit surprised by this because Susan Yara, who sits behind Naturium, is one of the founders and obviously had quite a lot of input into these products, is a huge advocate of exfoliation. So I'm a little bit surprised that we don't have an exfoliator in this line. If you want to go for Drunk Elephant, they have a gorgeous exfoliator, which is the Sukari Baby Facial. TLC Sukari Baby Facial. I love this product. It's a mixture of alpha hydroxy acids and it's got a salicylic acid BHA acid in there as well, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, it's $80, but if you're looking for something that's really innovative and mixes a number of alpha hydroxy acids together to give you that hydration of a lactic acid with the deep exfoliation of a glycolic acid with loads of just other acids thrown in, I think this is a beautiful product. You don't need to spend $80 on it, but it is a gorgeous product and it does what it says on the tin. It gives you that baby soft glowing skin afterwards, and honestly your skin will thank you for it. One of the few products that actually delivers results like that on first application, which I absolutely love. So I am going to give this to Drunk Elephant because I do think if you want to pick, I tossed and turned about whether I ummed and asked about whether I should just skip the exfoliation step, but I think when there's some really good products with one brand and the other brand just hasn't brought any out, I think it's a bit unfair to just skip them. And if you want to buy a whole skincare line from Naturium, you'd struggle because without that standalone exfoliant, I think you would struggle a little bit to be able to piece together a full skincare line from just that one brand. So it's 2-0 to Drunk Elephant. However, we're going to mix things up a little bit with going to the vitamin C step. I would say after your exfoliation and your retinol, vitamin C is another crucial step in your skincare routine. And we have some really good choices here. So you have from Drunk Elephant the c-firma Day Serum, which is $80. And from Naturium, you have the Vitamin C Serum 22%, which is $20. So you've got a really good price difference here. So there's $60 between them. If you're interested in something a little bit more hydrating, you can also get the Vitamin C Oil by Naturium, which is really nice. It's just not something I've ever tried or used because my skin's too oily to start with. I don't need to add oil onto it. I don't like hydration. So I haven't tried that one, which is why we're going to compare the serum to the other serum. So it gives a better like for like. Beauty editors have gone mad for the c-firma Day Cream by Drunk Elephant. Everybody seems to be everyone's favourite product from this skincare line. People go mad about how fantastic it is. It's a 15% L-ascorbic acid. So it's vitamin C in its purest form, which is great. You're going to get those quick, really efficient results. 15% is a mid-strength vitamin C, I would say, and it has hydrators and humectants in there to offset some of the dryness that you can get from adding a vitamin C into your skincare routine. I liked this product, however, it didn't blow me away. I think there are better ascorbic acids out there that you can get. Look at things like The Ordinary, your Paula's Choice has one. I don't think that this was particularly the strongest ascorbic acid on the market. I don't think it was the most effective, and I don't see why you should be paying $80 for it. This product, I don't think the price tag is justified based on the ingredients and the quality. I like the pump. It dispenses really nicely. It's got an airtight pump. Vitamin C is unstable and oxidizes really easily, so the pump will keep that oxidization to a minimum, which is great. But again, I don't think that's enough to justify $80, and I think there's better ones out there. Naturium, on the other hand, I was really impressed with. From a line which didn't wow me from the start, I'll be totally honest, I wasn't wowed by Naturium from the start. The launch put me off, obviously, and all that went with it, but I just think the products could have been slightly better, and the formulations could have been slightly improved. However, the vitamin C, I think, is one of their standout products. I love this. There's been a little bit of shade online saying actually it's advertised as 22%, but it's a vitamin C derivative, which isn't directly comparable with ascorbic acid. So absolutely, you're not going to compare the 15% ascorbic acid in the c-firma day serum with the 22% from the Naturium serum and think you're getting a stronger serum. It's not. It is, again, just that mid-strength vitamin C. But the formulation is beautiful. It's encapsulated, so you're not going to get too much of the irritation and the redness that you can get with using a really decent vitamin C. So I like that. The consistency is really nice. It glides on. It's not greasy. It's not oily. It doesn't leave a tackiness to the skin, which it really can. Often you can get vitamin C's can feel tacky on the skin, so it sinks in like that. I absolutely love this. For $20, I think it's a really, really good vitamin C to have in your skincare routine. I actually did a whole video on vitamin C's, which I'll link up there if you do want to check it out and choose one. Want a little bit more choice between just these two brands. I did a whole video, so check that out for your vitamin C needs. But I loved this product. I think it's one of their standout products, and I definitely will be looking into it in the future. I definitely think it's something that you guys could benefit from. So this is a slam dunk for me to Naturium. The price point is right, the formulation is right, the strength is right, it's suitable for as many skin types as possible, bar maybe the super sensitive, and I just think this is a really, really good option to have in your skincare routine. So we are 2-1 to Naturium. Naturium are clawing it back at the last minute. We're going to then segue seamlessly on to retinols. I really think everyone can benefit from a retinol in their skincare routine and in their life, and so this is a really crucial step to get right in your skincare routine. We have from Drunk Elephant the passioni retinol cream, which is a 1% retinol, really high strength, fantastically formulated. It's got some hydrators in there, but this is not for the faint-hearted. This is like a powerhouse slam dunk retinol, full strength, almost touching on prescription strength retinol. Fighting out for Naturium, we have the retinol serum 2.5%. The price for Naturium is $24. The price for the passioni retinol cream by Drunk Elephant, take a deep breath, is over $100. You've got a big price difference again here. However, you've got a little bit difference in the formulations. So the Drunk Elephant is retinol based, which is the purest form and is going to be the easiest for the body to convert into retinoic acid, which is what it needs to do to give you the results you want, that gorgeous, youthful, anti-age skin that we all crave. It's close to what the body needs in order to be able to work, which is why it comes in at a super strength. I've used this. This was my go-to retinol for years, but the first 12 weeks are rough. You will get purging, you will get irritation, you will get redness, you will get peeling, dryness, everything you don't need in your skin. But the fantastic skin on the other side that awaits you, I think, is a price worth paying for all of that grimness that comes before. On the Naturium, I haven't personally tried this one. However, I do know some people that have, and the texture is said to be really nice, and it sinks into the skin really quickly and efficiently, which I think is really good. And it's more of a serum than a heavy cream. The passioni retinol cream by Drunk Elephant is much more of a cream, a heavy occlusive cream, which is great because it's moisturizing, but for someone like me with oily skin, it can be a little bit thick and maybe a little problematic. The Naturium, on the other hand, is a serum which sinks in like that. It's easier to then layer products on top of, and a lot of people say it's a more pleasant formulation and texture to be working with. Obviously, there's a huge price difference. The one thing that puts me off about the Naturium is that it claims to be a 2.5% retinol. That's not strictly true. There is retinol in there. There's also a vitamin A derivative, and there's bakuchiol, which is not a vitamin A derivative at all, but it's a plant-based ingredient which is designed to mimic the effects of retinol. I think bakuchiol is a fantastically innovative ingredient, but the science isn't quite there to prove it's as effective as retinol yet, so the jury's a bit out on that one. What I don't like is the fact that it implies from this product that you're getting 2.5% retinol when in fact you're not. You're getting a mixture of retinol, vitamin A derivatives and bakuchiol. So I think it could be a little bit clearer on that packaging, but I do like the price. Now, this one I'm going to award as a score draw. The reason for this isn't because I want a total cop-out, but because I feel that if you are very sensitive or you have any degree of sensitivity or dryness to your skin, the passioni retinol cream is just a write-off. For someone oily, it can work, but I think there's a very small group of people that strength of retinol will actually work for. I think the Naturium one is much more open and accessible to all skin types, so I think anybody can benefit from it. You're going to want to gradually phase it into your skincare routine like you would with any retinol, but I think it's much more accessible than the passioni retinol cream. However, I think results from the passioni retinol cream are going to be quicker and much more evident, which I like. I also think that they're fully transparent so that you know exactly what you're getting, whereas the marketing and the packaging on the Naturium can be a little bit off-putting with that 2.5% claim. Now guys, with that score draw, it is now 3-2 to Drunk Elephant with all to play for as we move into our next stage, which is where you're going to add the other active ingredients you want to include in your skincare routine. Now, if you follow this so far, you should already have the basics nailed down. You've got your cleanser, you've got your exfoliator, you've got your vitamin C and your retinol. Those are really the crucial things that you need to have in your skincare routine, plus an SPF. And then you can add any other active ingredients that you want to add into your routine after that. For me, I love to reach for things like niacinamide, maybe a lactic acid, other things which you're just going to enhance your skin and tackle any specific issues that you might be having. So unfortunately with Drunk Elephant, we don't actually have any standalone actives in this skincare range. I'm not sure whether they've made a conscious decision to exclude them or whether because they are a slightly higher price point, they tend to combine a number of actives in each product to kind of justify the higher price point, which I can kind of understand, but there are no standalone actives in their skincare line. For Naturium, you are spoiled for choice because we have two fantastic options here. We've got the niacinamide 12%, zinc 2% serum. This is gorgeous. Niacinamide is fantastic at supporting with the regulation of the oil levels in the skin. It will also brighten the skin and help to fade any acne scarring or pigmentation you might have. Zinc is fantastic at doing basically the same thing, just helping out level out some of that oil production in the skin and absorbing some of that excess oil that you might produce. For someone like me who is breakout prone, acneic, just a grease slick, it's a really nice thing to add into your skincare routine, and I think the serum from Naturium is a really good option. For me, it's slightly high in concentration. I would prefer a 5 to 7% concentration of niacinamide. I feel that gives you all the results you want, but without any of the side effects, any of the redness that you might get with, say, the 12% that you get from Naturium. However, beautifully formulated, sits on the skin nicely, sinks in without a trace, and allows you to layer products on top of it, so I absolutely love that. We also have their quadruple hyaluronic complex. This is a hyaluronic acid, which we all know, gorgeous humectant, helps to draw moisture and retain it in the skin, and just help to keep those moisture levels in the skin up, which is absolutely fantastic. This, however, has 4 molecular weights of hyaluronic acid, which they say allows the product to penetrate to different levels of the skin, giving that multi-level hydration. I'm all about this. I think it's better formulated and something slightly different to your bog standard drugstore hyaluronic acid. You do pay a little bit more. This one's $20 as opposed to maybe $5 or $6 that you can get a Inkey List hyaluronic acid, for example, at the drugstore. But you pay a little bit more, but I feel like you're getting a little bit more. So for this step, it's going to be a slam dunk to Naturium because Drunk Elephant have nothing to compete with them for. So we are 3-all as we segue seamlessly into our final stage in the skincare routine, which is moisturizers. Now, before you all come for me, I know the final stage should be your SPF. The reason I'm not including an SPF in this, well, it's quite simple. Naturium doesn't have one, and Drunk Elephant, their one is pants. Absolutely rubbish. With the Drunk Elephant one, it doesn't sink in, it's really ashy, I find it irritating, the price is too expensive, it's just not a good product, and Naturium don't have an SPF in their line yet. So we're going to skip that for the purposes of this review, but never skip your SPF. And if you don't know which SPF is right for you, I did a whole video on drugstore SPFs per skin type, which I'll link up there. Check that out. Bag yourself a gorgeous SPF and just ignore these brands for the purposes of SPF. So in terms of moisturizers, Drunk Elephant are giving us their protein multi-peptide complex hydrator, and we have for Naturium the niacinamide cream 5%. Both brands do have other moisturizers in their collection, but these for me are the two best from each. So I kind of wanted to pit the best of each brand against each other to make this as fair as possible, and these two are hands down the best products, moisturizing products in each line. Let's start with Naturium. I love this product. This is a 5%, it's whipped, it's got niacinamide at the right concentration. I just said I love niacinamide at between 5 and 7%. This has it at 5%, which is gorgeous. It's a whipped texture like a water cream, so it's great for someone with oily or acneic skin. If you've ever tried Tidal by Sunday Riley, it's kind of similar to that sort of consistency, and I absolutely love it. It's $20 here in the UK, which is pricey for a moisturiser, but you've got the added ingredients, the niacinamide in, which I like. I think niacinamide is one of those active ingredients that combines beautifully with a moisturiser. If you combine the two, you're combining 2 steps, so you don't have to have 2 standalone steps, and you're also saving a little bit of money because instead of buying 2 products, you're just buying 1. So I do like that. I think it's a nice product, and whilst there are other 5% niacinamide creams out there, you guys have recommended some fantastic ones to me. I do think this is a good product in its own right. Over on the Protein Multipeptide Complex, I love peptides. Peptides are fantastic. Everyone needs them in their skincare routine. They not only hydrate, they protect the skin barrier, and they encourage the production of collagen in the skin, which gives us that elasticity, that firmness that we crave, and which keeps us looking young and fabulous for ages. So everybody needs a protein, a peptide complex in their skincare routine. My issue with this is it's nice, it's packed full of peptides, and it's a nice consistency. It's just too expensive. $65 for a peptide complex when you could buy the collagen booster serum by the Inkey List for, I think that's $7. You could buy the Cicaplast Balm by La Roche-Posay for $5 or $6. You don't need to spend this sort of money. I don't think you're getting anything extra for the extra money you're spending on this, other than a really nice dispenser. I like it. It's got like you squeeze the top and a little comes out. So it's a hygienic dispenser, and I really like that. But I just think it's too expensive for what it is, and there are cheaper alternatives out there. So this one is going to Naturium. So pipped at the post, Naturium have just won with it 4-3 to Naturium. Quite a close competition. Overall, I'm kind of happy that Naturium won, because if neither of these brands I reach to on a day-to-day basis. Neither of them I particularly like. I think Drunk Elephant have some really serious issues around their pricing and the way they treat their customers. There's been a whole lot of stuff going on about how they're quite verbally abusive online because they disagreed with the quality of their products. That's not good. That's not good customer service. And I have personal experience of poor customer service trying to return a product to them. So I'm not a huge fan of them for that reason. Naturium obviously had their own issues with the launch and some of the failure to disclose, and a lot of people have made a conscious decision not to buy from Naturium. These are 2 brands that I wouldn't necessarily reach to, but I think if I had to choose products from one of these lines, I would probably go for Naturium. I think the price point is fairer. I really like their vitamin C. I think it's a really good product. Their retinol's fine as a starter retinol, and I do like that niacinamide cream, though I am exploring some of the other dupes that you guys have highlighted for me, so thank you very much for those recommendations. Just for me, I think it's right that Naturium pipped them, and I do think of the 2 brands, Naturium is probably the better priced, and it's certainly the one that delivers the best for the price that you're paying for it. Let me know what you think. A lot of you are going to come from me and say, Drunk Elephant, I love their products. Someone did point out in my Drunk Elephant video that you don't need a lot of their products. A little does go a long way, and I think that's a really fair point. They cost a lot, but a little does go a long way, so we might want to bear that in mind when you're thinking of purchasing Drunk Elephant, and you might be a bit off put by the price. Overall, let me know your thoughts. Are you a Drunk Elephant fan? Are you a Naturium fan? Do you hate them both? Leave in the comments below. Keep it kind. I don't want anyone coming at some hate. Let's keep it kind, but I do want to know what your thoughts on these 2 brands are. I also want to know what you love. You guys have loved these Battle of the Brands. They always do amazing well in terms of views and likes, and you guys' comments have gone mad for loving these. So I want to keep this series going. 1 a week, we're going to be doing a Battle of the Brands. This is this week's. What do you want to see next week? I am testing Revolution Skincare at the moment, which a lot of people have said would be really good to compare and contrast with The Ordinary, because it's a similar price point, similar ingredients. Some have accused them of being copycats. So thinking of doing that one. We can also introduce some other more luxury brands if you want, and do a luxury versus drugstore. Guys, let me know who you want to see face off against whom. Leave me a comment below. Hopefully if you like this video, you'll give it a thumbs up, because that really helps our channel, and I'd love you forever. And wherever in the world you are, stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.